Hey everyone, so I am back with another tutorial, and this time we will be doing some blue ombre nails. So I will be using this pink and blue polish. The pink is by Essie and the blue is by Morgan Taylor. And I'll also be using this angel paper, which I had available on my website and I will be restocking soon. So the first thing you want to do is start off by cutting your foil into little pieces, and you want to make sure that your scissors are sharp, because as you can see I was having a hard time because mine are so dull. So once again, you want to cut them into small pieces, and then you want to make two bigger pieces because I'm going to do a full nail on two of her fingers. So once you cut that bigger piece out, you want to crumble it up and then unfold it so you will have a little texture to it. And I'm going to apply my big bonding glue. You want to apply the foil to the nail and cut around the edges to make sure you don't have any loose little edges hanging off the nail. Alrighty, so after you cut around the edges, if you still have some little loose pieces, you just want to add some more glue and then just pat them back down. And then for her pinky, we're going to apply a thin layer of your gel top coat or base, whichever you want to use, but I like to use my top coat because it's thicker. And then you apply your strips, and we're just going to do 3 of them. And once again, these are the angel foil that I had available on my website, which I will be restocking. And now we're just gonna apply our light pink, I think it's the color Sugar Daddy, I think it is. So we're just gonna apply that on the rest of the nails, and that's just the base for our ombre because we want that polish to stick to something, so we're gonna use that as our base. So now I'm gonna apply a top coat on that angel foil nail that I did, and you want to make sure you get around those edges really good because you kind of want to encapsulate it. And you can do this with acrylic because it'll be much easier, but I didn't know that she wanted this to afterwards. So once again, we're gonna cut out the big piece, measure it before. I kind of just guesstimated, but you can measure it before, and you want to glue it down. So I'm using my big bonding glue, and then cut around the edges and then apply your top coat. Alrighty, so after this we will be moving on to our first hand that we did. So we're gonna start off with our ombre. So I'm using the same pink that I did for the first coat, and I'm gonna apply it to this makeup wedge. So I did the pink at the top and then the blue at the bottom, and you just want to pat it on the nail, and you want to just keep doing it until you get that coverage that you want. So I'll probably do it like 3 or 4 times, and then after that you just want to clean around the cuticle area to get that polish off. Okay, so now I'm gonna go back over to my foil nail, and I'm just gonna file off any of the little rough edges, because like I've said before, you don't want anything hanging off whenever you do the foil or the strips. You don't want any little loose edges hanging off the nail, because they will come off easily. So you want to make sure they're securely like inside the top coat. So we're gonna do another top coat, and we're gonna cure that again for another 60 seconds. And once again, you see those little loose edges, so if I would have left that there, it would have eventually just came off. So we're gonna cure this, and then we're gonna go over to the other hand. Once again, I'm using this makeup sponge, and we're gonna apply our pink and our blue, and you just literally want to pat it on the nail until you get that coverage that you want. So the reason why we did that base at the bottom first is because you need something for your polish to stick to. Now I have tried this with gel polish, and it didn't work for some reason. It didn't stick to the nail, and I only did it one time and it didn't work, so I didn't try again. So if you know a way on how to do the ombre with gel polish by using a sponge, let us know in the comments so we can try it out. But yeah, I'm just using the sponge, and you just want to dab it on there until you get that look that you want. Alrighty, so now we will be moving on to the rhinestones. So I am using my big bonding glue, my wax pencil, and my rhinestones. So these smaller rhinestones that I'm using are my SS6, which are the ones that I had available for sale on my website. And once again, I am restocking pretty soon, so stay tuned for that. I'll be posting pretty soon about that. But yeah, I'm just gonna put the rhinestones around that bigger one, and then that'll be it for that one. Alrighty, so remember that whenever you're doing the foil, you want to go back and buff. You want to first feel on the nail to see if you have any little rough edges, and if you do, you want to just buff the nail to make sure that it is nice and smooth. So I did have a lot of rough edges, so that's why I went back and smoothed it out, and now I'm just going to wipe it off and apply some rhinestones around the cuticle area. Alrighty, so this is it for this hand, and now I'm just gonna apply a gel top coat. And yes, I did use regular polish for my ombre, but you can always use a gel top coat over it, but you have to make sure that your regular polish is 100% dry, because if not, you will experience cracking or your nail polish will wrinkle up. So make sure it's super dry. So yeah, we're just gonna apply this top coat, and then we're gonna cure for 90 seconds. Alrighty, so for this hand we will be doing the same thing, except for I'm doing it a little bit higher, and then that big rhinestone I did it upside down. But once again, I'm using my big bondini glue, which you can find on eBay. I believe it's about $14 for 2 bottles, but they go a very long way, and it's pretty good and it's pretty inexpensive. So if you haven't tried it out yet, you might want to go check them out. And I'm using my wax pencil that I have available for sale on my website. So if you haven't checked it out, go check it out, even though I barely have anything left. But you might still find something. So okay, so for this, I think I forgot to do one last layer, so it was looking a little bit too light, so I just went back and did another layer of that ombre. But I'm just gonna clean around the cuticle now, and I'm gonna go back and do my gel top coat, and I'm going to cure. Alrighty, so this is the final look. I hope you guys enjoyed. So don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Follow me on Instagram at GetNailed32, and stay tuned for more videos to come.